I'm here.
That's great.
Well,
All right, so are we good to go, Maria? Can we open this meeting? Oh, you're muted.
Yes, I was just trying to get my documents in order.
Okay, I'll talk soon. Okay, so I would like to open up the Madison Inland Wetlands and Watercourses Agency meeting for October 6th, 2025 at 7 p.m. We have Lee Schumacher, Anna Loss, Steve Lowry, Joe Boudreau, and myself, Kayla Freidenberg, as agency members. And we have our first agenda item, 25-35 to Grove Avenue. So we, some of us attended the site walk on the 27th, and looks like we've got the applicant here.
Yes. Tom Stevens' office is here.
Okay. And this is our first discussion since it was tabled last month.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so Mr. Mandel, you want to
yes.
chat about the application?
Hi, well, good evening, Chuck Mandel. Even though I couldn't figure out how to change the name in the bottom left, so I'm not Tom Stevens. So we did have a field walk, and we did make some revisions based on the field walk, which I subsequently sent to Maria, which I believe you have the plans. Maria did an excellent job for the staff report, and she succinctly put everything that I was going to say, but I'll go over it anyway. With me tonight is Marge Shansky. She's the counsel for my client, Dale Lindsay, and I believe Dale might be somewhere, but she's in Texas. She might be by phone. So there was a prior application that was approved. It was application number 1408. The approval lapsed. They're all new owners, all new parties involved. The Based on the field walk, I did make the revision of removing that chain link fence. I spoke to my client. They're willing to get that chain link fence removed from the wetlands. It's approximately 160 linear feet. And that can be removed simply with a pair of bolt cutters and rolling the fence up. And if you want, we can also get a sawzall and just cut the posts off. We don't want to disturb any of the ground, so I imagine they're set with concrete posts, so we could just cut those flush to the ground. So there's no after effects, no effect on the wetlands on there. There was also a question as regarding the wetland flagging. So the original flagging was done by Dave Lord 5-6 years ago. We did subsequently have Bob Russo go back out, and he did a functions and values report, which I believe you all had a copy of it, had a chance to see it. August 18th, he went back out and reflagged it, and he agreed with the previous wetland flagging done by Dave Lord. Let's see. I'll just read the last paragraph. Given that there are no direct wetland impacts proposed and that the site is currently maintained as mostly lawn, CLA believes that the proper ENS if maintained during construction, there will be no wetland impacts and no loss of the wetland functions documented above. Maria, do you want to put that plan up on the screen so
Sure
I can get
can.
to look at it? Thank you. The newest one, not the I appreciate it.
This one says 10/2/25.
Yes, so if you look at the bottom left, you'll see a yellow line that's called out as the chain link fence. And that is the fence that we went out and located it the next week, and that's where the fence ended up. So that's what's going to get removed from the Well, we're proposing to remove it with the good graces of the Wetlands Commission. Let me see what else is on my. Marge gave me a list to make sure I cover all these points, so I just want to make sure I cover it. Oh, okay. So, oh, so the original plan called for the utilities coming off of Liberty Street. There was during the field walk, I think I pointed out where the property line was to the north of us. It's heavily vegetated, and it would constitute a crossing of the wetlands to get onto our property. Um, I don't know if the location map up at top says, but either way, so Grove, number 2 Grove is actually accessed by an existing paved driveway that belongs to 4 Grove, I believe. And we are planning on bringing the utilities along the existing paved driveway. Then we're proposing to hold the existing south edge where there's cobblestones there and head to the north. So it's going to be approximately 12 feet wide for the utility trench. That allows us to get the proper separating distances for all the utilities. You don't want the electric trench too close to the gas line and water and that type of thing. And let's see, what else is there? It's pretty straightforward. We have a planting plan that Maria said could be monitored by, we'll engage Bob Russo to do the monitoring of the plantings. There's suggested plantings up top left. And there was some concern during the site walk by the neighbor about additional flooding. So we did account for all the stormwater. We're actually capturing more than what's required. That's based on the impervious surfaces. So we will be capturing all the runoff. So there's a zero net effect of increase in runoff. And we're actually down gradient, so we're not impeding the flow. So the normal channelized swale that's there we will not exacerbate any flooding. And with that, I guess if Marge wants to say anything, or if there are any questions by the commission, I'm pretty much done.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Attorney Shansky, was there something you wanted to add?
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the Commission, Marjorie Shansky for the Lindsays. I don't have anything that I want to add at this time. I am very interested in what questions the Commission may have about the proposal.
Okay. Agency members, questions for the applicant? I'm happy to start. I'll start with one. I noticed that there's geothermal wells. Is that no?
No, that's just a standard note. I think that was note number 9, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, so
number 9.
that's a standard note. I spoke to my client today and she said, what are geothermal wells? So no, we're not proposing any geothermal wells. If we do, we'll come back to the commission, but at this point, we are not proposing any. Like I said, that was just a standard note that goes on the plans with septic designs.
Okay, and I assume
I didn't mean to interrupt, but we are removing a well that's on the property right now.
right, I saw that.
Yep.
The other question, and I guess maybe this is standard as well, but since the septic is within the 100-foot review, it says if there's a big bathtub, or if, what was the other thing?
Garbage grinders.
Yes, the disposal.
Yeah,
the
so
septic has to be increased. Does that increase the size? I mean, is that going to push that closer to the wetland?
no, it increases the tank size. That's all. Due to the extra water. The system itself does not change.
But if the tank size changes, that's not changing.
Well, it doesn't change the leach fields. It'll change the tank size, but we're not proposing that now, and we would come back before the commission if we did. And actually, the tank is actually in between the system and the house, so it's less.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. You can see that. I guess that's magenta. I'm not a whatever that color is. Cyan. I don't know. Maybe cyan.
Yeah, it's not magenta.
Okay. Right, whatever. I'm colorblind. I'm colorblind anyway. Maybe cyan. How's that? Okay.
I like that. And so the other, so I'll just those round circles. behind that proposed wooden fence?
Yeah,
Are
so
those-
if you look
Yeah,
at the
what is
top
that?
left, Kilo, it says suggested planting list.
Okay,
So
that's
those
what I
colors,
was checking.
yeah, those colors correspond
Okay.
with the plants. But we're free to put whatever. If the commission has other plantings they want, we're free to add those or subtract or whatever.
Well, those are fine. It looks like there's a caveat in there for other native species. As long as they're native species that can be near wetlands, that's great.
And I imagine some of the vegetation will fill in anyway after it's not disturbed anymore.
Right. Well, I guess that was along with that question. Given that this proposed fencing is there, is that to have this vegetated buffers at the intent?
Well, they have dogs, so they don't want their dogs running around, but it will protect that vegetative buffer. There won't be any activity beyond, no lawn, there won't be any activity beyond the fence.
Okay. And then I'll ask one more question. Sorry. Anybody can jump in. The NDDB report, it looks like you're in the yellow crown night heron
Yeah,
territory.
I think there was some migratory bird. So I don't remember it, but it really wasn't, and it was during the breeding season that we'd have to be careful of it. But I guess
Right.
if I'll tell the contractors if they see some egret or something nesting to leave it alone or stop work, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it outlines in the letter that Deep sent the best management practices that minimizing lighting and window collisions. And I don't know what's proposed. And I guess the most important thing is if it does call out that if one is seen to report it. So that'll
Yes,
be
I will. I'll let the contractors know, and the soil scientists will be on site. We'll be on site quite often.
other questions.
I guarantee it's not a yellow crown night heron nesting area. They're they're tidal wetlanders.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we
never
fell within the
know.
bubble. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
it's within the bubble. I mean, it would be very cool to see one, but maybe unlikely.
Definitely.
Other questions from agency members?
So, so I did miss the site walk, but I conceptually know the land from the 2014 site plan. Is anything being removed from the wetland strip before the landscaping plan? Besides
No.
the fence?
No, we weren't proposing anything to be removed.
Okay, so it's just
No.
pretty much a flat lot with a slight depression that is the wetland area?
It's like a man-made swale. It actually starts at Grove. Looks from a
Yep.
catch basin. It looks like someone expedited drainage off the catch basin, and it
Okay.
dumped.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
well, I
sorry.
was
Go
just
ahead.
going to say it's in the National Wetland Inventory, so it is showing up on the National
Okay.
Wetland site per Russo's report. So it shows up as a real. I imagine it's a tributary that
Yeah.
feeds into Fence Creek and into Long Island Sound. So it's been modified, but if it's showing up on
Oh.
the National Wetlands
Mhm.
Inventory, then it's not. It's probably not man-made. It's a remnant of a
Yeah,
bigger
it looks
wetland
like
area.
let's say modified by man over the years somehow. I don't know how it happened, but
Yep. Now, when you say you're not going to exacerbate flooding and you referred to a swale, this is the swale you were referring to? Was this wetland?
no. Yeah, so the neighbor did voice concern about her house and garage. You could see it along the existing paved driveway, and then the
Mm.
swale runs along that. That's that dashed line. That's where the swale is. So
Okay.
we're down gradient of anything.
Okay. That's all my questions.
Okay.
I got
Other
one. I got
Okay.
one. Chuck, it seems like the utilities on that existing driveway are going to be the excavation is going to be very close to the wetlands. Are there any
Yes.
special precautions that you're going to take to make sure there's no impact on those wetlands next to the
So-
utility trench?
Yeah, so we do have silt fence that we're showing. So in regards to that, we'll just monitor the silt fencing. There's no room really, probably when it's going to be excavated, it's going to be taken right off site. It's going to be trucked right off. there's really not much room right there. So they're going to excavate, they're going to dig it up, but then they have to replace that. They can't impede access and egress to the garage. So whatever they do during the day, there won't be any stockpiling. That's all going to be backfilled and made for safe passage for the adjoining property.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Chuck, or am I confusing this with something else, talking about putting, um, hay or wattle or something down there? Instead of digging for silt fence, or was that something, another project?
No, we go back and forth with that. I like the straw wattles, but the straw wattles don't really work until they get saturated because I know the silt fence seems to work. That's like a quicker solution is the silt fence, and I think we're going to be in and out of that right away so quickly.
Okay.
Like I said, the wattles work great. I know we use them down on Cottage Road.
Cottage Road, yeah.
Yeah, and so after a couple of months, those things are solid. Those aren't going anywhere. So those are great alternatives. And if it was a long-term project, I would recommend the wattles. But in this particular case, the silt fence will be better.
Okay.
And just, I think I asked on the sidewalk, there's no vegetation coming out from along the driveway.
Well, it's going to be trimmed. We're
It's
not
gonna be
proposing.
trimmed.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be trimmed for you have to imagine concrete trucks going down there, a moving van. So yes, it will be made wide enough for construction traffic, but there's not going to be any. The base of most of those are much further than 14 feet from the edge of where we're working.
Okay, so the intent is to trim branches, but not take anything
Cor-
out.
No, there was never intended to disrupt anything along there.
I guess my other question is, well, as you know, from the sidewalk, there's ongoing lawn maintenance, um, up, going up to the wetland edge. So do you think that may continue? Or I know we're heading into no mowing, but it'd be great to just maybe stop.
No, there won't be anything. The fence is going to be up, and they're not going to be touching anything beyond that wooden fence, and the plantings are going to stop anyone from any landscaping. Like I said, that was unfortunate. The landscaper was a little zealous when he was cutting that, and he actually removed some of the flags. So he was notified about that
Okay.
by the Lindsay.
Right. Well, I realize once the wooden fence goes up,
Yeah.
then I guess I should look at the sequence of events. But in the meantime, just making
No,
sure that.
no, they were told to leave it alone.
Okay. I'm looking through my notes. I think we have covered my notes. Other questions by the commission members?
Quick question.
Yes.
In regard to the fence, I know in the past, and it doesn't look like the, work area is close enough. We have asked that plaques be put up, just as, future, cautionary, should that wood fence ever be taken down for whatever reason. Maybe that could be something we include as a condition. Again, just thinking for the future, if that wood fence were ever to be removed for whatever reason, just an additive protection for the wetlands that are so close.
Well, I don't know. I think that's a great idea because as
Okay.
Bob Russo noted, there are functional, there's groundwater recharge, sediment toxicant retention, and nutrient removal that wetland is providing as a function and value.
I mean, we still have Madison wetland plaque sitting in our office from other jobs, so we could certainly, every 40 feet or so,
I think that's
every
that's
30,
about what we do.
30 feet,
Yeah.
yeah.
30,
30.
whatever. We can put those up directly behind the fence on a 4x4 post or something.
Yeah, I think that'd be great to also discourage overzealous landscapers, etc.
Now, I wouldn't do that along the existing driveway, just on the property itself.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
just that, just
Okay, in the
where,
plant.
just where it's lawn and where there, all those colorful planting circles.
Okay, yep, not a problem. Is that okay, Marge?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to step out of bounds there. I got the counselor on me. Okay.
Um, are there other last comments from any commission members? If not, I can share very quickly. Find my button. You guys, is that the letter? Yes. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion if no one else has any questions.
I move we approve application 25-35 Two Grove Avenue with the conditions noted in the staff, 3 conditions noted in the staff memo, and an additional condition requiring the applicant to add wood posts behind the wood fence every 30 feet, denoting that it's a wetland.
All right. Second.
You have wetland markers that you can install on that?
But we need a second first. Is there
Second.
I'll second. All right, discussion. Yes, so Steve, Chuck said that he has markers and that
Yeah,
he
they're
can
they're round plaques that say Madison Conservation.
Wetland
It's not-
boundary?
Yeah,
Leave
wetland boundary, something. I'll show Maria before we put anything up.
Okay,
Those were given to us by Bob Cookta many years ago.
right.
so those go on the 4x4 posts.
Correct.
Okay,
Other comments? Any? I will just note, Chuck, we don't necessarily I guess, need to have a condition, but I would note that just to be cognizant of the NDDB report and make sure that your soil scientist in the breeding season, which apparently is April to August, notes if there's any yellow crowned night herons wandering about. Any other discussion? Maria, Rio, did we?
I
Hopefully.
updated that, yes, number 4 condition, the
Okay.
wetland boundary markers.
All right, all in favor of this motion as conditioned, raise your hand, say aye.
I
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Okay,
Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much.
Okay, take care. Have a good night.
Good work, Chuck. Thanks.
okay. So good job, people. That was our only active application of the night. So now we have 2 receipts.
Yes,
And so again, just to highlight with our receipts, we need to decide if we want a site walk and if it's a significant activity or not. So our first is 25-3943 Green Springs Drive. It's a permit to remove an existing above ground pool and replace it with an in-ground pool within a 100-foot wetland review area. So Maria, do you have any, you probably looked at these in more detail. Did you?
so this person had submitted, this applicant had submitted an application from the building department quite a while ago. Probably maybe late spring, beginning of summer, but they required wetlands, so they had to go through the process of getting them flagged. We went out, they have an existing above ground pool on the property already, which they required was an inland wetland permit for. But the flagging, was old. I think it was a 50-foot review area at the time. So it had been reflagged. I had went out there and it's closed, so
Okay.
they had to get it put on a map, which again took another bit, and we finally got everything together for them. So I feel like it's like 30-40 feet to the closest flag. so it's not something obviously I can do.
Okay. I'm just pulling up a map.
Yes, I could pull it up if you wanted to take a peek of it. Where the
Oh, that'd be, yeah. Well, just, if it's something we need to look at, or I guess it's,
I
or if we
think
could just
there,
see.
yeah, so
it.
here's the existing pool. There's
Okay,
an existing above ground pool with a deck and a retaining wall right here.
okay,
And this is the location of the proposed in-ground pool. 100-foot review area, the flags. It's not noted on here, the distance to the closest flag, but I believe they had, they did have oh, I forgot their name. Davison Environmental go out and they noted that the closest flag was like 30 or 40 feet from the edge
okay.
of the pool. So,
It looks like they're up from the
yes.
wetland.
Well, this is, yes.
Yeah,
This all slopes.
yeah, okay,
Yeah. It's a lot of underbrush. Light woods and underbrush over here. And
okay,
this is all above.
okay. Well,
If
okay.
anybody's interested in seeing it, I can certainly reach out to them. We went by and walked in in the yard. When they had it flagged, I can, certainly reach out to the owner and see if they don't have a problem with you guys walking by if you wanted to see it.
Wow, you can really see, I pulled up just a Google map so you can really see the above ground pool.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's right there. All right, and it sounds like it's gonna be right there. So I don't know.
Right there.
I mean, I mean, it
Yeah,
sounds
it
like
is.
it's in
Yes.
place.
Yeah.
Thoughts at anybody? I mean, I guess I'm fine if we don't see it. I guess
Yeah,
we can
I'm
pull it
okay.
up.
I'm okay
Yeah,
with it.
I think we can look at this one from the maps.
Do a drive-by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
this
we're
is all
good.
patio. This is a retaining wall already.
Okay.
This is the deck, and I guess they're proposing to build, relative in the same area location.
So the
Right.
woods are gonna go right up to the pool, it looks like,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not taking out trees. Well, I guess.
No, I don't believe so. There's just underbrush over here. The trees really don't start until back here.
Okay.
This is, yeah, it was all a lot of brush, we're walking along in here when we went out there at the beginning of the summer. So,
So where your
Okay.
mouse is to the south, that's the patio still?
yes, this
To
is
the
all,
south of the pool?
this is all patio. This is a deck. This, I don't know if it was ground, I actually can't recall. It must all be patio though.
So it's already
And are
an
they
impervious surface?
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're keeping that or adding or they're keeping the
I
patio?
don't recall.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So it's not a significant activity
Well,
ever
we
leaving
don't,
the sidewalk.
nope.
All
Yeah,
right.
it says patio and deck, but I'm yeah, the way it looks like on the plan. So
Okay.
just let me know if
Uh,
anybody wants to go and see, and then I can just let them know.
Okay.
I have a question on, they're gonna have to excavate. I assume they're gonna be taking dirt off the property since there really isn't very good places to put it.
Well, they'll talk about that when they present it, I'm assuming. I mean, they didn't put a stockpile area, but then again, I think, this is they just had a surveyor do this plan.
Okay,
These are things that we
well, I
can.
just, it's something to
Yeah.
let them know that we might want to know what happens to the dirt.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sure some of it's gonna be leaving, some of it may be staying in for landscaping or to fill in around the
Mhm.
edges, but
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next receipt is 25-40, 38 Opening Hill Road. This should be familiar to everyone. This is one of these subdivision houses on Opening Hill that we've seen before.
Yeah.
a couple times. And now there's another modification to add a 10 by 20 deck and patio within the 100-foot review area. Actually, I haven't- Is this one yeah, can we see from the road? I have no idea what this looks like anymore.
Yes,
I mean, it's just like, wow, there's been a lot.
this is this is the one that's along Opening Hill, and then there's the other lots in the back up here.
Okay, so we could drive by and see what's happening. Okay,
Yes,
so they
and
want
it
to add
had,
on.
this one came back for the additional deck in the front that
Yep.
they added in a pool in the back, and they had to do a lot line revision.
Yeah.
And they added a little, I think this might have had a bump out in the back and then a pool. And now they want to do this deck and patio over here.
Yeah, we don't have to see that.
No. Okay.
And
So
hopefully
no
then this will be it and
sidewalks.
it'll be done. So,
My Lord, yeah. All right, so no sidewalks. Yay. So we'll see those next month.
mhm.
Looks like there was a section 13, 25-38, 32 Nutmeg Lane, septic repair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes. But
Joe's saying something, but you're muted. Oh.
hi.
Okay, I'm back.
There you are.
That
Oh.
second one, you don't think the second one is a section 13? I mean, I thought it was gonna be a bigger footprint than what it actually
38
was.
Opening Hill Road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
was pretty
section 13 it if the agency approved it.
It's because it's a modification of stuff we've already
Yeah.
oh,
done.
you can't modify
I
as
can't,
a 13?
if you call it, I guess we can go ahead and do it now, but I can't make that decision. If you've approved it and then you've modified it, I just can't make the decision to section 13 it without showing you. So
Yeah,
that's, if you think if you guys want to make that decision tonight,
it looks
um,
pretty minor to me.
I agree with Joe.
This section 13 at them.
And it's a separate application number.
yeah, they always, for some reason, that's the way we do
Yep.
it. We don't use the old ones.
Yeah,
So, Maria, looking at the map, it looks like the pool bumps out farther
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
than, so it's not
It's not any more
any
intrusive. No.
worse than what's already there.
Right. I mean, I can bring it up again if you want to look at it.
Yeah,
And
if you could just
there's less
look at-
excavation too.
I
They've
mean, I
got
guess
less
that's,
open dirt.
well, I mean, that's what we'd want to know if, what else is happening. Especially the caveat I'll say is that, there's been issues with this, and I think we just want to make sure that we know what we are and are not approving, so that we're not seeing this for a third or a fourth or fifth time because of something. Because part of this, we had a different one of these houses, I believe, had enforcement issues because they
Mhm.
modified things. So this particular subdivision has been a bit rife with overextending their footprint and
Mhm.
activities.
Yes, this house had to be stopped, and another one on this property, on this subdivision. Two of them were overbuilt beyond what the actual plans
Right.
were.
So I guess we just want to be careful about what we are approving and be very careful about what we're saying so that we don't run into more of these issues.
Was this application for a modification to the approval we gave a couple of months ago?
So the original modification, the house was approved, then the modification was there was I guess I want to say a cease and desist. They built a front porch on it without approval, which is, that was one issue. And then they also built a little like bump out area in the back here. I think this part was added, not part of the original approval. So that came back.
Oh.
And while they were coming back for some things, they added the pool. We said, if there's anything else you're going to do it now. And they did the pool. They said, well, let's put the pool in. Now they came back with a deck and a patio.
okay, I'm in favor of having them come to us.
Yeah, if that's a
Yeah.
modification to an existing permit,
Yeah.
come back to us.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
We'll
think
put
that's
them
what
on the
we,
spot.
yeah, there's been, and the other houses have had issues, so I think we want to just be very clear and look at this and be super clear about what we are and are not approving.
Yeah, and
And this
you know,
is,
let them explain what the materials are and what their, you know, what
Yeah,
their
all of that. We want
construction
to
process
be,
is for it.
yep,
Um,
yep, yep. We want to just be on top of this.
this is the property that we have wetland markers on here. You know, this is a vernal pool, right, over here?
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think it's okay to have. I mean, I think it's good for this one that we should. I agree, Joe, that you know
Hmm. Yeah,
maybe in a different circumstance, but I think in this circumstance, and
Yeah.
you know, I think it's good to kind of since we did approve it and it's a modification on top of a modification, we should just own this ourselves.
I mean, we don't mind, and we've done this before. Where sure, if you think it's a de minimis enough change, then we can go ahead and, like Joe said, just move it. We could do it as a section 13, but in this instance, I didn't want to say it without you seeing it, and I think that they should come and look at present what their changes are. So
Yeah, no, I think we need to hear exactly what they want to do and how they're going to do it. Okay,
so
Okay.
we'll see
so we'll see
that in
those
Green
two
Springs
right next month.
next
Okay,
month.
so Nutmeg, it looks like we had a septic repair, which
Yes.
you get to do.
yeah,
Yay.
that should be
Okay,
an automatic.
Yeah, those are. And then we had the enforcement. So some of us were at the site walk for the visit to 131 Twin Bridge Road.
Yes.
So it's still a cease and desist, and we're waiting to see their application.
Yes, so they did a lot of cart before the horse, submitted a building permit without a wetlands permit, without getting a septic plan review, without,
Right.
full engineering, A2, T2, all things. I gave them an extensive staff report, not just for wetlands, but as part of the building permit process, because they had submitted a building permit. We had talked to us, the owner, Ostino Severino, was on site, and they already have an engineering and land surveying company engaged, and now they have a direction and they know where they're going, and they're in the process of designing the septic, and they'll get that approval from the health department so it could be in the right place on the plan, so we could review a regulated activity permit for the house, and then they could get in the right order. So this was the cease and desist was upheld, and we'll probably see them, if I have any update next month, which I know they don't have the septic approval, I can update you on how they're coming along, while we're waiting for the regulated activity permit.
Okay, great. Approval of the minutes. So I had a chance to go over. I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything either. I think did a good job.
Yes, very nice. Anybody else have?
I didn't see any problems with them.
Okay.
I was
All right.
not in attendance at either.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, we'll do the September 8th first. So I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from September 8th, 2025.
I'll second.
All right. You have a second? All in favor of approving? Raise your hand and say
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstaining? Okay. And then we have our site walk minutes. So we have an unofficial site walk that we didn't have a quorum for the first, and then for the second we had 3 of us, and pretty much that's what it says. Who was there and what we did.
And we walked
around. We walked. We saw.
When
we
Maria
walked,
does
we
the
left.
minutes, they're not very wordy.
So
I
I'll
move
make.
we approve the September 27th sidewalk meeting minutes
Second.
and non-meeting minutes.
All right. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Abstaining or
Aye.
opposed, got an abstains, got 2 abstentions. Okay. All right. That's great. All right. Comments. I'm very excited that we're going to end in less than 45 minutes.
I know. Um,
Record time.
I just, so we will have, appreciate moving to Grove Along, yay, check that off the list. We will have 2 for next month to here. We'll see what we get for receipts. I can tell you that there will be another septic, section 13. I just did it today. So,
Okay,
but I didn't want to put it on because it was just, literally just did it today.
that's fine.
And yeah, I could reach out to nobody wanted to go by Green Springs? No, everybody's good?
I'm going to look at it on Google Earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just give him some information and maybe see if he wants Davis to come. Let's see, they did the report. And that's it. That's all I have. Next month we should have, we're in October, right? Yes.
Yeah,
So next month we'll do our calendar approval. I want to get that
okay,
done and said before December.
okay.
Or gosh, for 26 already.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Nicely done, everyone. So take our
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
all in favor. Raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, see
Aye.
you guys next month.
Good night,
Good
folks.
job, everybody. Yeah.
Bye.